Yeah, we're in the Jewellery Quarter, Frederick Street, the clock tower. You can probably see it behind me. And this was one of the potential protest sites for the far right on that list that was circulated on Telegram. And the reason is that above you see the Tesco Express over there, the office building there, houses a migration and refugee centre, long established, targeted presumably because of that role in free drop-in centre for migrants, providing them legal advice, housing support and the like. If the far right had arrived, and there's no sign of them yet, they would have found it closed today. It's closed on Wednesdays. It does operate right across the West Midlands. At about 7 o'clock, the first 24 or so of this anti-racism protest group arrived, and it has swelled to, by my estimate, several hundred. There's been a police presence here since about 5 o'clock when we arrived. It is significant, but at a distance, and has been watching this crowd of peaceful anti-racism protesters grow. There's lots of local groups, Birmingham Stop Racism and Black Country group, and it has grown. Some groups of slightly younger people arriving, carrying this mix of placards, say no to racism, refugees are welcome here, and like some Free Palestine flags. We can see there's some crossover there. I can see a Revolutionary Communist Party flag, so it is a broad church, but it's all ages. I've seen some older folk as well as people of perhaps more of student age, and perhaps all been looked on by members of the local community here. It should be said that while this is peaceful now, it has had a chilling effect on trade for the local businesses. As I said, we've been here since late afternoon. All the Jewellery Quarter is called that because there are a lot of jewellery stores here. They were all shuttered as the day ended. The Tesco's you can see there, as well as a Costa Coffee, a restaurant across the road, they have been boarded up. The restaurateur was telling us early he's closed up for the day. He's abandoned the thought of any trade today, so he's losing a day's trade as well as the cost of protecting his restaurant because he just didn't know what was coming. The Tesco closed its doors about 6 o'clock, having taken the precautions of being boarded up. But so far, things are peaceful. And this protest, we're waiting. The far right was due, if that list on Telegram was anything to go by and was in any way reliable, the far right protesters was supposed to be here starting at 8 o'clock. There is no sign of that now, and what we have instead is quite an eloquent expression of Birmingham's distaste for the racist views and the far right views that have been expressed in various ways in recent days, and a very clear signal they wanted to protect the migration and refugee centre that sits in those very modest offices in that building behind us. They wanted to protect it from any attack.
Paul, any idea how long people will remain on the streets? Are you getting a sense for whether they're there for the duration?
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself. It's been a good hour so far. There have been some speeches. It's not hugely organised. A couple of formal speeches at the beginning and then some other contributions. There's a little bit of music. There isn't much to divert people. There's a big pub behind us which is closed. There's nowhere to get anything to eat or drink here. So I wonder if they'll certainly, I would imagine, want to ensure that if there is to be any far-right presence, and I'm guessing here, I've not spoken to anyone in an organisation role here, that they will want to ensure that this presence and this protection that there is for an office. It should be said, the Refugee and Migration Centre here hasn't even got a plaque or a poster or any kind of signage that indicates it there. It's there. Its main base is in Wolverhampton, I think. I wonder if that is deliberate and that it never has any signs there because of the threat of hostility, or if they've taken that precaution today. I did attempt to speak to them, but they've not come back to us. But my sense is that people are here to spend the evening expressing this very clear view about the disorder and the anti-immigration sentiment that's been expressed across the country. And they will stay here for as long as they feel that takes. It should be said, of course, our own colleagues were involved in that incident on Monday in another part of Birmingham when the local community came out in a counter-protest for a far-right event that also did not happen, and we saw that very distasteful and troubling footage of our colleague Becky Johnson being surrounded by people, and then that attempt to stab the tyres of a Sky vehicle. Well, that certainly hasn't been repeated here, but it would make twice in 3 days that a rumoured or planned far-right event in Birmingham hasn't taken place. And this is clearly an expression of a view amongst the people who, should be said, many of these people do seem and sound to be very politically motivated in their own right. But there are also local people here, people who've come out. I've been speaking to people who've come out because they just didn't want to see anything happening on their doorstep. So it's a coordinated expression of distaste, certainly in this part of Birmingham. But we wait to see it. Still, if the far right are coming, they are 15 minutes late. But that is a long way from saying that nothing is going to add or any tension to what is otherwise a calm and pretty peaceful scene, and a bit of a curiosity for some passers-by who've stopped and have stayed to watch this play out in what is an informal but pretty resolute gathering in its view that racists are not welcome in Birmingham. That's the central message.